这个历程。
We gon' run this town.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Thursday night paint night. Looks a little different around here, right? We are in the Limeline warehouse. I got some I've been talking about spider webs earlier. I have my side spoilers for my car. We're going to be doing some clear coat on those. And we'll be going over the inflatable paint booth, some of the features it has. We'll also be going over that Harbor Freight two-stage compressor that I picked up just the other day. We'll see how that thing runs. And I also have the old helmet we've been working on. I'm going to go ahead and I figured since I'm going to have these in there, I have enough room in that booth. So I might as well just go ahead and throw some clear on this guy as well. So if you remember last week, well, the last few weeks we've been painting this. We did the marbleized texture. See that? The marbleized texture, which is color changing between green, blue, and purple. We got the Ogden Smells Like Dog Food on the back. And then a little bit of flames of the Ogden, Utah. So we'll go ahead and throw this thing into clear as well.
You say this view is a little bit hard to see. Small.
Yeah, and we're filming in vertical. We are streaming also on Instagram. So hello, all you guys on Instagram land, Facebook, Amazon, and YouTube as normal. But in order to be able to win in the comments, you want to hashtag Lime into the comments. You're going to need to be either on Facebook or on YouTube in order to enter those. So if you're on one or the other, you can go ahead and switch real quick. But we'll be giving away. Let them know what we're going to be giving away today. Do you know? You wrote it
down. Clear coat. So a quart of clear coat. We'll have 3 winners, and then if you're a member, then you'll also get the tri-pack of candies too.
So if you are a YouTube member, then you'll also get those tri-packs. So we'll just go ahead and spin the wheel throughout the day, the night. And we got my buddy on. Let's go ahead and kick him back on. Hopefully we can hear him okay. Falkenberry, what up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, we can hear you. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. How you been?
Really good. Yeah, so a little bit of backstory. We met at the first time at the Brush Masters and had a good time. Just like Bob. We had Bob on last week. So we're bringing on people every week. So if you want to be on our channel, it's always nice to have another artist to talk to and kind of chill with while we're here. That way I don't have to figure out stuff to say the whole time. But yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started, how long you've been doing it, some of the jobs you take on, just whatever you want to talk about.
Can't hear you. He's talking, but I can't hear him.
But I went to college and all that, dropping out of college, and looking for a hobby. Time I was 21, so I just started doing like things like that. And
I'm hearing too.
Yeah.
It looks like we're having a problem with your mic a little bit.
No one can hear you.
Nobody can hear you. We can kind of hear you a little bit. You're off. You're kind of off and on. I heard you right at first, but then maybe something happened. We can see the picture really good though, so it doesn't seem like it's an internet connection. Yeah, Swampy says can't hear either. Can't hear, Swampy. All right. We'll see if we can get that fixed. If not, we'll just watch it paint all day, my friend. No
we
big
see
deal.
you laughing, but we can't hear you laughing.
Hey, as long as you can hear us. We wanted to know a little bit about you too. So if you can get that working, if not, hang out. That's cool too. But we're gonna go ahead and start this off. Since we can't hear you, we'll go ahead and give something away. We'll do our first giveaway. 3 giveaways tonight. Once again, you're gonna win a quart of the clear coat part A, part B. And then if you are a YouTube member, you'll win the tri-pack of candies too. So the blue, the gold, and what's the other color? Red. Okay. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Once again, hashtag into the comments. It's automatically going to put you in to that drawing. So we can do that, and I'll get this scuffed up.
John won.
John won? All right, John.
The one you're supposed to call.
Oh, John, have I been putting that off? Hey, no, I really want to come out to Florida. I tell you what.
So now that you're the winner, he's going to call you.
Yep, I'm going to deliver it right to you.
No, he literally is going to call you. That's also your prize. Your prize and the phone call he's been putting off.
Yeah. All right, well, let's check out this paint booth because that's why I think most of you are here, to see how the paint booth performs. I personally love it. Can you even see me? Where am I at? Woo. Let me put this off to the side. I personally love the inflatable paint booth. A couple of things I really like about it is the fact that you can take it down. You can blow it up. You can roll it up. You can throw it, and do other things with that space because, a lot of us are working out of our garage. We really don't want to have anything like a permanent anything. So if I was to do it over again, because I built my booth, I just framed it in with the help of my buddy. We just framed it in and built a booth. But if I was to do it over again, this is how I would do it. So this obviously is deflated right now because we need to be able to talk and you need to be able to hear me. It's not too loud, but I have a feeling you probably won't be able to hear me that well. So we'll kind of talk about it a little bit at first, then we'll blow it up. We'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and throw those parts in there. I have these side skirts. So these have already been, so I cleared these, I based them, I cleared them, and I noticed there was a lot of flaws that came from the company because these are made out of fiberglass. There was pits like here. There was a couple of problems in here. I was able to get all that out. So I'm just going to go ahead and rebase these areas that need it with black base coat, and then I'm going to re-clear them. And then while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and re-clear that helmet. So some of the components is the booth itself. The booth itself, and it does come with a couple of fans right there. So it has the inlet fan. So what that's going to do is that's going to blow up. I'm sorry, that's not going to blow it up. That's going to actually blow up the booth itself and keep it inflated. This other one is going to blow up the inside of the booth, creating a positive pressure. So we need that positive pressure in order to get the fumes to escape that area. The most important thing that you need to buy, and what most people don't know, is there is a optional, what they call elephant trunk. And that's what we're looking at right here. This is kind of looks like an elephant trunk. So I guess that's how it got its name. But this attaches with Velcro around the edges right onto the side of the booth. So it can attach to this side or the other side. And once we have it blown up, you'll have a better idea of what you can do. But this attaches to the side so we can hook the tube fan into this. What do you call this? Just a slinky. I don't know. that actually, all of this comes together. So you're going to get this, you're going to get that fan, and you're going to get the slinky. This is an option. I think it's like a $250 option. If you're on Amazon, it's actually linked right there. But that is, most people that complain about these booths, about how they don't work as well as they should, they probably don't have this. So if I remember right, the booth itself is around $600. This is around $250, $299, something like that. But if you're going to do it, you got to get this, because it's not gonna, then you're relying on the positive pressure to be able to push it out the filter. And that's next to impossible, because really the fumes are going to stick around and they're just going to lay down wherever they're going to lay down. You're going to end up getting overspray on your parts, because it's going to get pretty fumy in there. So if you don't get this, don't even worry about buying the rest. Unless you're doing other things that doesn't involve paint, but yes, get that. So the two fans that run that, there is an optional fan that you can buy, so you can put another, there's another hose, there's one right there, and there's one on the other side that's not hooked up, that will, if you want more positive pressure in there, which that would be fine. I don't feel like it needs it, not on this size of booth, then you can also add that as well, but not needed. So it's going to come with everything you need. You're going to be under $1,000 for all that. Let's take a look at this compressor. So this is the Harbor Freight 29-gallon 2-stage compressor. Now, this is the biggest electric powered compressor that they have at Harbor Freight. They used to have bigger ones, but this is it. This is max size. They do have bigger ones, but they're operated with gasoline, with a gasoline motor. So this is just a 110. Hooks right into it. Now, people have always asked me, what kind of compressor should I get? Well, it kind of depends, what you're doing, but really what you're looking for is this V. You're looking for a dual stage pump, because a lot of these oilless compressors, they're just going to have like a little single cylinder kind of a deal. But the fact that this is a double pump, it's pumping twice as much in to refill the tank. So a lot of people think, oh, this could be on a huge tank, but it's still going to run out of air eventually. This is really what counts right here, is you want the 2-stage pump. This is a smaller 2-stage pump, but it's still a 2-stage pump. We're going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to hook it up to, I was going to use the minigun today, but I really want to put this thing to the test. So I'm going to hook it up to the 1.4, the Limeline 1.4 gun. We're going to spray these things, and I'm guessing it's going to do fine keeping up with that. Maybe we'll hook the DA sander into it. That's going to be a little bit more of an air hog. I don't know if we'll have time tonight to actually do that, but if not, I'll put out another video just on this. But I haven't actually even used this thing yet. This is the first time I've cranked it on a couple times, but that's it. I actually haven't used or consumed any of the air for any tools in this yet. So pretty excited to see how this works. It was under $600, which is very affordable, especially for guys working out of their garage. I'm really hoping this thing works out, because I want to use it. But I do have, like I said, I have a bigger compressor that runs the shop. It's starting to turn into a piece of shit, though. So this might end up replacing it. So, okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and crank this thing out. Another thing I noticed is how quiet this thing is. So check it out. Not bad. My other compressor is so loud, I literally had to build a room for it. This thing is, yeah, it's super quiet. I was really impressed on how quiet it is. I hope I'm really impressed on how much air it pumps out too, because I'm really hoping for that. But so, yeah, we're going to use that. Enough talking about the compressor. Let's check out this paint booth, huh? We'll go ahead and let's see. Let's move this thing out.
John sent a $20 super chat for me for coffee.
John.
Thanks, John.
What about my coffee? Hey, you don't drink $20 coffees. Thanks, John. All right. So once again, this is going to fill up the actual frame of the booth. This is going to keep it erect. Isn't that right, Ashley? Right. Okay. That's going to give us a positive flow into the booth. And once we have it erect, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But let me under here somewhere. Okay, yeah. So here's the other one. So if we wanted to, we could hook another fan into there. Not needed. But if it was a huge booth, that would be a bonus. But it's really not needed. Okay. Let's go ahead and.
John said no coffee. Calling.
Ow! I'm gonna be there. Yeah, we'll wait for it. Oh, she's limp. All right, I gotta hold on. You hold that right there, Ash.
She's limp. That's the wrong. You mean he?
Really hoping that was gonna be smoother than that, but okay. Thank you. All right, there it is. So this is, if I remember right, it is a 12 by 12. Perfect for motorcycle parts. I feel like this is the one that you would buy. But if you had more room, maybe upgrade a little bit. No, maybe this is a 16 foot. I'll go ahead and I'll figure out what I got later on, and I'll go ahead and, if you guys want to know. But I think it'll be linked right on the Amazon. I have the exact one linked here with that elephant trunk. So let's check this thing out. So it does have, it opens up on both sides. So this actually unzips all the way. So you can see right there, this will open all the way up. And then you could, actually you could buckle it up right here. I didn't even notice that. So you'd roll it up and you'd buckle it up. So you can actually leave this whole wall open. That'd be awesome. What up, Cheddar? All right, so here's that's a 12 footer. Yeah, 12 footer. Okay, so we have the pump right there. So this keeps all of the framing here full so we can keep it up. So that one fan holds this thing all the way up. Now there is this little zipper right here that you can close that if you feel like you need, maybe you got a little, like couple little air leaks. If you were to close that, you're gonna have more air, keeping it full. But in this case, it's working pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and leave that open because that's gonna give us a little bit more positive airflow, which we can use a little bit of more positive airflow out of here because we do need to force it out of this filter right here. So is this on this side? No, it's not. I'll go ahead and open that on the other side, but this has a couple of different filters on it. And these are all replaceable. You can buy these through the company Sew and Flow. So you can replace this filter. So you can see the elephant trunk now. That hooks with Velcro right there. Let's go ahead and we'll take this all the way off so you can see the inside of this as well. Okay. Looks like that fell out. Let me go ahead and fix that. So this does have another filter that's on the inside, and this is also replaceable. So not only is it going to go through this filter, it's going to go through this filter that fits right up in there, just like that. It's kind of pressure fits in there. Yeah, once again, that's replaceable as well. So it's very important that we make sure that we catch these fumes before we just let them out into the air. Very important. Keep them clean. Keep them in place. Don't just blow all this paint out everywhere. You want to be able to trap a lot of this before you're just spreading it around. So this does come with another cover that looks like this. So if you're not going to use, you can use one side or the other. If you noticed over here, there's the same exact thing on the other side. So you can choose which side you want the elephant trunk on. But I'm telling you, you need the elephant trunk. Without it, and without that fan, and without that tube, all you're relying on is the positive pressure from that little fan right there. And it's not enough. It's going to end up just totally smoking this thing out. You're gonna get your parts sprayed and they're gonna be fine, but then you're gonna come back in and there's gonna be a little bit of a texture to it, a little bit of roughness and overspray that you're not going to want, and you're gonna have to end up dealing with that. So get the elephant trunk. It's definitely worth a couple extra $100 to do that. All right, let's hook this thing up. Let me know how you guys liking the vertical. Like I said, we are streaming to Instagram and Facebook. If you guys aren't liking the vertical, we can change it back. Maybe I'm not getting the whole picture, but fix that. What size is it? It's whatever comes with it. I'm not sure really what it is. The bigger fan runs the outside. The smaller fan runs the positive pressure. Yeah.
They don't like the vertical.
You know? Oh, man. They don't like the vertical, huh? All right, all right. Okay. Let's put this out here and I can get my parts in there. Not one person said yes yet.
No.
I'm waiting for them to say, "Oh, we love the vertical."
No. Makes it super small on the screen. Not much of a view. Vertical isn't great, but we'll survive. Can't stream on my TV on YouTube.
Wait a minute, he can't stream on his TV at all?
Death to vertical. I don't like it.
Okay, okay.
Someone said, back to seriousness, they saw a video of you. They saw a video of you shooting flake. How do you in that booth? How do you not make a mess? They want to know.
Oh, it makes a mess. It definitely makes a mess. Is there another one of these? That is, huh? Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to use a little different. That's not. These things aren't working out very well.
Cody says your shirt looks good on TV.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so comfy too. Thank you so much. Hey, we owe you a shirt, by the way. It's a trade. We don't take stuff for free. Oh, except for super chats, we do take those for free. and coffee.
You can't hear. Do you have to spray the boot before you flake?
What's that?
Do you have to wet the boot?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. Okay, that works. So, well, there you go. Now you know what Ashley looks like.
I'm not trying to figure out how to work this damn thing. Oh, God.
You're beautiful, Ashley.
I hate to be on camera. Ridiculous.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this helmet taped off. Hopefully y'all can hear me. It's not too loud. Shrink this a little bit.
Getting some brushes ready. Fultonberry, I can see it. I don't know if we can hear you now. I don't know.
Say something, Folk. Can we hear you? Nope. No comprende. Hear nothing. It's okay. Art is a visual thing. I'm sure all these people want to turn the volume up on me sometimes too. So
Ryan Christian. So earlier, John sent a super chat for me, and Ryan sent a $50. Ryan Christensen sent a $50 super chat.
oh, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Earlier too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Fultonberry does have an IG.
He does have an IG. I think it's Falconberry Customs. Check him out.
E. Brown said, "Did you get the video about the spinner from him?"
No, I don't think I did. Man, if it was today, today was a shit show. I was dealing with Instagram and Meta, like calling Pakistan. Once again, guys, when you tape up these helmets, do yourself a favor and use vinyl tape on the edges, because once you get enough layers on there and you go try to tear the tape, what happens is the tape tears. This stuff is a lot more forgiving, so it's easier to get a nice clean edge with a vinyl tape.
Jay says, "Ashley looking like me every time I accidentally flip my camera the wrong way and see myself up close." Literally, I was like, I just turned it on so I could turn my mic on. I'm like, no, what's happening? Why is my face on here? And it's like all up close because I'm trying to see what the hell I'm doing. Snapfly sent a $20 super chat.
Oh, woohoo! Thank you. That sounds like a new name. Snapfly?
No,
Nope. I don't memorize anything.
I do. You don't have a terrible memory.
My favorite username so far is still Donkosaurus.
It's not donk, it's dork.
Still good.
Any idea when the 3D cube is coming out?
Oh, yeah. We still have to design those. I have to get with if anybody knows how to do Illustrator really good, let me know, because I actually need to take that pattern and get it into Illustrator to be able to get those lines sharper. The ones I made and I've done just they're not perfect. If you know how to do that, if not, I'm just going to hit somebody up on Fiverr.
Adam always butchering names. Yes.
I was lucky enough to be able to say Falconberry.
Yeah. Should we switch to full screen while you're taking that out so they can see what he's doing?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. Alright. Check him out.
Ooh la la. So yeah, you can follow Falconberry on Instagram. He might be even on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, that place has really changed.
Somebody said convert PNG to SVG image.
SVG, yeah, SVG would work. But it needs to be like honed in. It needs the artist's touch.
Chad said he could probably do it in Inkscape.
Oh really? Yeah, that would work.
Chopper Bob said, man, Zach, those lines are bro so smooth.
Okay, let's do a double. .4. 10-ounce cups. These things are nice. I never have them in my shop, and I'm at the warehouse now, so I figured I'd use them.
Benjamin said, Zach must be single, throwing those clean lines right on the coffee table. I was wondering that too. Is it right on the table? I think it is. E. Brown said, ask if you're using ChromaFlow 6000 pinstriping, Zach. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes or no? Just 2 thumbs up. All right, so I'm going to take
Still
the
can't hear him.
black base coat.
Dang it.
Don't make a mess. Urethane reducer to make it sprayable. That's all we're going to need there. Shoot, you know what? I could probably put this in my airbrush. Yeah, we'll do it in the gun.
Wade Johnson sent a $20 super chat and said, great news, my cancer's gone. I still have one more treatment to go, but hopefully back to painting and using all Light Line products soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thanks for all y'all have done for me with your lives, Adam and Ashley.
Damn, that is That's fantastic news. So happy to hear that. Way to go, buddy. Keep it up.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, Wade. Congrats. And thanks for the super chat and the nice words.
Okay, let's go. We'll go full screen real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the exiting fan, and we'll get this baby pumping some air. Okay, so the switch is right here. Go ahead and kick that baby on. So that's going to be the exiting fan. That's what's going to push everything out. Oh yeah, you can feel that. All right, very nice. So once again, it's going to go through this filter, and then it will go through that other one that's inside. Both of these are replaceable. So once they're all dirty and mucked up, you can go ahead and get some new ones. Or once again, you can put it on this side if you want. The configuration can be on either side. The nice thing too about this is it does have clear windows, and it also has these tabs right here where you can, I don't know how much I would hang on. Actually, you can hang quite a bit on that. But you can also strap your lights on there if you do need some lights. But it's pretty bright in here, and there's no lights. It's just those windows that give it a lot more light in here. So, well done. far so good. That covered really good. I really just hit the areas where I burnt through and I had those couple of problems. I also forgot to turn the compressor on, so it lasted through that pretty easy. One thing I did notice when I was in there, like I haven't used this booth a whole lot. I think I've used it one other time. But I don't know if you saw in there, when I was in there and it was all the way zipped up, the floor started to come up. It had more of a negative pressure than a positive pressure. So what that's telling me is we probably do need that other fan. Because if we're sucking more out than we're putting in, there's a problem there. We need to be putting more in than we're sucking out. So we're going to deal with it right now, but keep that in mind that that could be an issue. You don't want your floor coming up into your paint job. You don't want the walls coming in either. But once you unzip it, it has enough of a, it releases that negative pressure and it allows it to suck out. So one thing to note on that. All right, let's mix up some clear coat. A brand new cup. This is a 2-to-1 mixture on this Glamour Clear. 2-gallon kit. We're at the 200 milliliters, so we're going to go ahead and put in another 100 milliliters. Right there. All right, let's go throw some clear on this and see how this booth works, huh? All right, it looks like the compressor just got done filling all the way up. So this will be the true test on how well that compressor does. I am leaving the booth door cracked a little bit right here because, like I said, we do have that problem with a little bit of a positive pressure or negative pressure in here. But we'll deal with it. It'll be fine. All right, so I sprayed that coat on pretty light because I kind of wanted to put down a tack coat. I like to do that my first coat. That way you're not going all crazy heavy on it and having any kind of contamination problems or anything like that. So, but also when you do spray it on thinner, it dries faster. You're able to put on a coat a lot quicker with less wait time. getting hot.
Okay, I have two questions for you.
All right.
First one, Swampy wants to know if you, with the Trigger Black Widow, if you reduced the clear coat.
I did. I reduced to 10% on that. Let me shut this real quick so that you can Yeah, you can reduce the limelight clear in most clears, not all of them. You can reduce them up to 10% to make them a little thinner, so that way they're more easily sprayed.
Also, can you reduce the 2K expandable primer?
You can. Yep. You can reduce that even more than 10% if you want.
And Chad said he sent you a message asking if you sell slow reducer.
We only have we sell all standard medium reducer.
And then Jeremy says, what PSI are you spraying the Glamour clear?
The Glamour clear, this clear is, I really don't know. I would say it's around 29 to 30 psi, a little bit lower than what most people would spray. I like to spray a little bit lower pressure, but that's all up to you. I like to waste less material. We're in a spray booth like this. It's just I like to turn things down a little bit.
How long should I wait to pull fine line tape after spraying base coat?
Just until the base coat's dry. So if you're applying the base coat correctly, it should only be a matter of minutes.
What's the best way to fix an overspray mistake on top of clear?
Overspray on top of clear. Yeah, if it's on top of clear, you should be able to just sand it off. Or you can use a little bit of lacquer thinner. Sorry? Oh, nice.
It's cool, huh?
I love all the colors.
Yeah, you just bust those out quick. Zach, what are you drinking?
All right, let's go check this clear coat and see how dry it is. So one little test we can do is we can touch it on the tape. And if it strings up, you need to wait a little bit longer. Oh yeah, see, that's still a little bit stringy. Not too much longer. Oh, it's actually not too bad right there. Let's try it maybe in a different spot. Yeah, see how it kind of strings up on my finger right there? That means you want to wait a little bit longer. It's okay if it's tacky, but it shouldn't string up when you touch it. Now, there's no tape on this one, so we really don't want to touch that anywhere. There is the inside and the outside of this piece, but I'll take the helmet's word for it. I'm not going to touch that thing. Another thing I do want to mention is there is tabs on the top of this where you can hang it to, like, see up here. You can't actually see it, but up here you can be able to hang it from the rafters. So say like you're done for the night, but you don't want to pull everything out of the booth, because obviously you don't want the booth to collapse right now onto your parts. So if you were to hang it up, to string it up, then you could just shut it off and it would stay up.
Couple questions.
Sure.
What's the difference in your clear and Glamour clear?
One is a high solids, one is a medium solids.
If you're spraying black base coat first over your tape line, should you clear coat after or spray your first candy color?
I'd probably spray the first candy color. I would try to get what you can get done first in that first layer, and then clear it, and then you can go back, smooth it out, and then you can go back and take care of those couple of errors. Usually there's always something that needs to be fixed up. Or if you're doing more colors and more layers and more graphics, you can sand it smooth and do those graphics over the top. I try to do as much as I can in the first layers. We'll be done here in a second. I'm going to put one more coat on these, and then that's it. And we'll see if we can talk for a second. Huh? I'm going to go check this one more time. Give it another minute. It's barely stringing up right now. Like, once again, you touch it, strings up, you want to wait a little bit longer. That's the best test. A lot of people say, you know, how long do you wait in between coats? You know, there's so many variables with that. Like, how heavy did you spray it? What kind of reducer are you using? How hot and how humid is it? So numbers, to be honest, are just a guide to get you, you know, kind of in the window. But really, it takes just knowing what it looks like and being able to like touch it and do that touch test to see how dry it really is.
Chad said I ordered the 2-gallon kit from my line to test it out, but I get solvent pop no matter what I do. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I think I talked to him a little bit about that. If you do pile it on, this is a high solid, so it's not meant to really pile it on. Which is funny because even if I did, I wouldn't see any solvent pop here. In fact, I've never really had solvent pop issue with anything really in a really long time. I would probably check your airlines and make sure all of that is good. You know, is it really solvent pop? You know, I saw it. I had a hard time looking in the pictures, knowing what it was, but you do kind of have to watch out for that, because if you do pile them on over and not leave enough, and I know we talked about this, and you know, you said there was enough flash time there, and there probably was, and I'm not really sure what's going on, but you need to make sure that it's dry enough for the next coat, that you're not trapping those solvents, and that what's happened is those solvents are trying to escape over through a hard layer, and it's just sounds exactly what it sounds like, the solvent pop.
Do the vents in the booth interfere with the way paint sprays or dries?
It definitely is going to dry faster because you have a better airflow. I haven't noticed anything with how it sprays. It hasn't affected the spray pattern at all. The biggest thing was the booth doors kind of and the floor coming up in on me a little bit. And I did get I touched my brand new shirt. What? Touched a little bit on the edge. I want to keep this thing nice. I'm going to get you guys set up in there, and I think we're going to be just about ready. I'm painting some side spoilers for my car, and there's a helmet for the 2-bit show down here in Ogden, which is next weekend.
And then what's the boot?
The booth is made by Sew and Flaw. I'm gonna open this. Oh yeah. Ah, looks good.
They said those panels are dry enough to come out of the booth already?
Not really, but we break all the rules around here. They're usually I would leave them in there, but I can't deflate the booth without taking them out. That would be a disaster. Could you imagine the power going out and being in there?
Suck.
Yeah, I did notice something. Something stupid I just did. I didn't turn on the inlet fan.
Oh.
So there was no positive pressure in there. And I did feel different than the first time I sprayed it. I'm like, man, it's getting a little more fumy in here than usual. That's what I did.
We were all holding your breath when you went in.
Everybody was holding their breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. I'm gonna get the other fan real quick, and then we can talk about any questions, and we'll give a few things away. Huh?
They said that's why your floor is blowing up. They said that's why your floor was blowing up. Where'd you go?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why.
Oh.
I'm still here. I'm coming.
We're just watching Zach. Man, I wish we could hear him. I did spy he's drinking a Miller Lite. Everybody was wondering what he was drinking. I saw it out of the koozie. Other than that, that's all we know. Other than he's a rad pinstriper.
Go. All right, get some airflow in here.
Let's see if we can get his volume to work.
All right, yeah, we see. Hey, Frankenberry, you hear us?
You said the wrong name again. You.
Ah.
God damn you, bro! It's Falconberry, and his name's Zach.
I love those things, though. Frankenberries, man, those are
Say
good.
it wrong. Okay, let's see. Let's put him on full screen and see if we can get him to chat.
It's all you. What's he got going on there? Oh.
I think he might be talking, but we still can't hear him.
Still can't hear you. Man, a few words.
Oh, with the volumes on.
That one right there in the very front is. That's nice.
This?
That one right there, yeah.
Zach, can you check the volume on your end? We see you, but we can't hear a single sound.
Oh, we heard
Wait,
something.
We heard a little rustling.
No.
I can see your lips moving,
Nope.
but no sound.
Nope.
Let me see if I mute us.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
All right, Zach. Let's hear some stuff about you and what's going on.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. So, me and my dad built a truck when I was in high school, and we had it pinstriped, and I kind of just fell in love with it. I did little designs on paper and everything, but never really got into it. And then I went to college and everything, never really thought anything about it, dropped out of college, and then got a job. Needed something to do in my spare time, so I bought some brushes and started pinstriping, and never really looked back from there. That was about 7 years ago, and I've been striping full time for the last 5 years. I do mostly body shop repairs for just the little lines. When cars get wrecked, I just make it match the other side. But I do all the custom stuff on the side.
Typing, you have to match to the other car. Is it hard to match the colors, or is that
A combination of light gray, black, and tan. And I mean, you just kind of, I've done probably thousands of cars at this point. You just kind of get used to it. But no, it's not all that hard once you figure it out.
yeah, for sure. So you mute yourself. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. So, no, say that one more time because we kind of got interference. So you say you take gray.
Usually gray, black, or tan, or a combination of those. So I carry pretty much three colors in my truck. It can match 95% of cars with those three colors.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So you obviously like the custom stuff more, and I love like the one you have in the front right there. That's like the, what do you call that, asymmetrical, where it's not.
Well, yeah, I mean, asymmetrical is just, it doesn't exactly match.
Yeah, that's a lot like what like Oz does and stuff like that. It's um, I feel like I haven't practiced since the Brush Masters. Well, no, I did practice once, but I mean that's, if I was to do something, I feel like that would be where I would steer to, is like the asymmetrical. I don't know. It looks like it flows better, and it's a little different than what you're normally see, because I feel like a lot of the old timers are just sticking with the other way, where it all matches up.
You'll see both, but there's a lot of different distinct styles in pinstriping. I mean, everyone kind of has their own way of doing it. So their asymmetrical is often, it looks a lot more like traditional pinstriping, which is, it's hard to explain, but it'll have a lot more like sharper points and things like that. But asymmetrical is easier, as in you don't have to match one side to the other, but it's harder in being able to get it to flow right. It takes some like trial and error to figure out how to make it work and look appealing at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I catch you on that. So so you obviously have, because I can see there's both of those on the table there, and then you're also doing what would be like sign painting. What do you enjoy doing the most?
I like the pinstriping the most. That's my thing. The lettering and all that. It's more for fun. But yeah, pinstriping is my jam.
Yeah, I feel like the because I did a little bit of sign painting too. I felt like that was a lot easier because like filling in the letters, it's a lot more forgiving. You know, you can use fatter brushes. Um, you know, I feel like I can do that a lot easier than like running a straight line, because like with letters, you're pretty much just filling it in from the inside out. With a stripe, you're working both sides at the same time. So it's like, if you're too fat, it's hard to go back. Like it's hard to get it skinny again. But if it's skinny, you could always bring it bring it thicker.
But you can, like when you're doing symmetrical, you can hide a lot of your mistakes in the line thickness. Like you can make them thicker where you need to, and you can kind of alter it with the thickness. It's just, it's hard to explain how to do it exactly. It's all, you have to understand like what your eyes see. Because you don't, most people don't typically see a lot of the flaws that, say, I would in one of my designs or something like that. But if it appeals to the eye, you'll never see it, and then it looks like it's perfect, but it's nowhere near it, really.
Hey Zach, Chopper Bob said to show off some guitars and the pinstripes on those. Can we check those out?
I can do that. Give me just a second, because I can stop this. This is not important at all, to be honest with you. Well, here, I'll show off the table first. I know he had said something about that. Because the guitar's inside.
How long you been working on the table for?
Um, Maybe 3 weeks. I just kind of, well, like when I have extra paint, I'll just kind of do something. Like if I already have it out.
And someone wants to know if you're using ChromaFlow 6000 also.
Do what?
Someone asked, are you using ChromaFlow 6000?
I use one shot and metal spirits, and that's it. I don't add anything. I tried the Chroma Flow. It didn't really do much for me. So, but I mean, it's all personal preference. You know, some people it works great for, and I mean, like I said, it just didn't really, it wasn't worth it for me.
When you say it wasn't worth it, what is it that wasn't worth it? Was it the price, or was it what it's made out of?
I mean, it wasn't worth spending the money. I get it. I guess. Like, I guess it worked. I didn't see much of a difference. Not enough to justify spending the money for it, I guess.
What makes, I guess, what would make it better? Why would people want to use it?
I mean, it's a flow enhancer, is what it is. It's supposed to make it flow better. Um, so I mean, I guess if you could pull like longer lines out of the same, uh, like um, like density of your paint and all that. There's a lot that goes into how a line pulls out of a pinstriping brush, depending on paint consistency, how much is in the brush, and all that type of things. But I guess if you had, because the more paint is in your brush, the thicker your line is going to start. So, say if you had what I would use to do these thin lines paletted into your brush and can pull a lot longer line, I guess that would make it worthwhile, but I just didn't see that personally. Like I said, but I turn the oh, can't turn around. But here's the table. I started, I think, here and just kind of kept adding to it.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite, the one you just showed right there.
Or this one.
No,
Big one or the small?
the big one.
A lot too. Or this, I really like this one a lot. The orange.
Yeah, that hot pink one is cool too. I think I like the hot pink one and the lime green one. I'm kind of partial to the lime green, but
And then this one's got all kind of little cuss words hidden in it. I think like every cuss word I could think of is. They're all over the place.
Oh, that's funny. What did you say the cuss words are again? We had to unmute you, so we lost what you said they were.
Do what?
You said you hit the cuss words in there. What were they and where? Show us because we have to mute you and unmute, so we missed you.
I'm trying to. It's hard to see with the camera, but they're tiny. There's damn. There's shit, bitch, ass, fuck. There's cunt there. I think there's more in there. I just can't. I can't find them.
well, there goes our monetization.
That looks so cool, though.
But yeah, I mean, that's about all those. And then here's the. I'll just go inside and show you. I'll come down.
Someone wants me to ask you if you know Vance Dobbin.
No, I don't know that name. But there's the guitar there. That's my guitar.
Oh dang, that looks cool. I like how it fades.
Yeah, it's hard with the front-facing cameras. Odd. And then I got another one in the office in here that I did. I'll chill. There's the. That's more of your ace. Well, I mean, the other one was asymmetrical too, but
That the texture that's on that in the background is that something you painted, or is that how the guitar was?
the guitar came.
That's cool. The pinstriping on that was really different from like what's on the table. That's cool though.
I wish I had my Hoodmaster's hood here, but it's getting cleared. It actually got cleared today. I just got to go pick it up. But that one has kind of that same style on it, but it fills out a panel, so it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, pinstriping is definitely a hard thing to master. So you killed it. It's definitely not easy at all.
It takes a lot of practice, and I mean, I'm nowhere near a master, really.
You could have fooled me though. That's good work. It's a lot better than what I see anybody do.
Get that.
Don, appreciate you being on here. So what? So somebody that's trying to learn how to pinstripe, and they're in the process right now. What's one piece of advice that has stuck with you that you think that you could share that would be able to help somebody out? Like I said, that's just starting out.
Really, the biggest thing, and it's gonna sound cliche, but the biggest thing is just be patient with it, because not only do you have to be patient with like the learning process of it, but you actually have to be patient when you're pinstriping, because the brush can only pull so fast. So the slower you go, typically the better it works out, even though you think you're gonna move or whatever. But you just have to have that patience, take your time, and I mean just do your research. There's a lot of good information out there now. So I mean it's easy to figure out how to do. It takes a lot of practice to figure out how to do it well.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can totally see that. Um, it's a lot different than actual custom painting, and I know this because I've been a custom painter for a long time, and then I dabble in very rarely dabble in pinstriping. But man, it's not just one of those things where you're going to get results at first where you're just going to say, you know, wow, and then get the bug. You know, it's kind of like with custom paint, you could tape out a design and mask things up, and then yeah, maybe you'll have a few jagged edges and maybe things aren't that great, but at least it's going to look from a distance, it's going to look pretty good. With pinstriping, it seems like you have to go through the hard times in order to get to the good times.
Absolutely. For sure.
So it's like only the strong prevail. It's like only the ones that are willing to allow their work to look like crap and to have the patience to build their knowledge and to build the skill, and really the eye and the hand and eye coordination and just the feel of the paint. You know, you got to become one with the brush and one with the paint. So yeah, I mean, I wish I could do what you did.
Like I said, man, it takes time. I was trying to get you to do it some more.
At Brushmasters, I have a problem with like paying attention and like staying on task.
Running into freaking doors.
Oh yeah, running into doors.
Brushmasters was vacation for me.
Well, hell yeah, brother. How do we how do people follow you? And yeah, what channels are you on?
So I actually have a YouTube. I never use it. It's got a couple videos on it from several years ago. I have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That's all Falconberry Designs. I'm hosting a panel jam in October at the Congregation Show. That's about it, really.
Somebody wants
And
to
the hood.
know where you get your brushes and you said your paint was one shot, but where do you get them from?
One shot. I have a couple stores around Charlotte that I get my one shot from. I'll order it every now and then if I need to, but I typically just try to get it from the store. My brushes, I typically order. I use a lot of Todd Hanson's brushes. I typically just order them from him. But I mean, I'll get some stuff from Mac Brush. I get things anywhere I find good deals. To be honest with you.
All right. Well, all right. Well, badass. I think that's. I think we're gonna end it there. Shit, dude. I'm glad we actually got you on and figured out our problem. It wasn't on your end. It was on our end. For some reason, maybe because we're shooting in vertical, we're not able to have both lines of mics on. I don't know. I'm not sure what's really going on with that.
No one likes the vertical anyway, so.
Well, hopefully we'll meet up again. Another Brushmasters or something or another.
Sure, man.
Yeah, dude. We'll check you later. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate Frankenberry being on here. And,
yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, if you guys want to, no more vertical. I know you guys love it. I'm just gonna have to shut it down. No
they don't
more.
love it. They hate it.
Well, we always tried something new. So, but yeah, thanks for being here once again. My bad on the booth. I didn't have the inlet fan on. Got a little foggy in there. It actually still wasn't too bad, and then also the walls and the floor. I should have figured out there was something wrong right when that happened. But you know, it's live. Things happen. Mistakes are made. We just need to know how to fix them.
We have to spin the wheel 2 times.
Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel 2 more times. Let's do it.
Okay.
What do we got there? Meat? Does that say meat?
Matt.
Oh, okay. You can't see anything in vertical.
Yeah, see?
It's too small. All right. Congratulations, meat.
Matt and Tassel. Oh my gosh. You're so terrible at names, bud.
All right. Let's try one more. I saw some big names in there. We're missing you. I'm not even going to say that first name.
Bravis Turnbull.
Oh, Bravis. All right. Congratulations. You won yourself some clear coat. If you don't want that clear coat, you can always ask for a t-shirt. We'll send you that instead. And also, who was it that won last week? Won Bob's.
It was...
Nobody claimed Bob's artwork.
Tat to Tank.
Okay, Tat to Tank. Hopefully you're on here. Did you see him on here? Her on here?
I didn't see her on here.
All right. Well, this is her last chance. If you know Tat the Tank, let her know that she won Bob's panel. If not, it's coming to me. Isn't that right, Bob? She has one more day, and it's going to be hung up in my shop.
I haven't seen her on here, so I don't know.
Well, if you know her, let her know she won. All right. That's it, guys. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you next Thursday in horizontal. No more vertical. We're trying something new. We are also streaming to Instagram, and really they only want vertical, so it's kind of forcing me into it.
When is the tank panels going to be in stock?
They should be in stock, aren't they? Did I take them out of stock?
The tank panels?
Oh, the tank panels. Yeah, it'll be it's going to be like 3 weeks to a month. We actually have hood panel or helmet panels coming out. It's going to be shaped like a Simpson helmet.
Okay, guys. Thanks for being here again. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.